That you, Mr. Kazicki?
No.
Mr. Crane, do you have counsel? Was that you, Mr. Barron?
Your Honor, Todd Barrett, I did speak with Mr. Crane prior to the court calling the case today. I think that at this time, Mr. Crane's probably best served proceeding is on his own. There are some constitutional arguments that he's raising that I don't think as a member of the bar I can.
Oh, is he a sovereign citizen?
And here it is, the classic sovereign citizen defense. If you've never heard of it, buckle up. These folks believe they're exempt from U.S. law because paperwork? Spoiler, judges don't buy it, ever.
He's making some sovereign arguments, yes.
Okay. I have very little patience. I will let you know that, sir. So, okay, tell me your name.
My name is Daniel Crane. That's a living name, not a corporate.
So, you're a real person. Randall Crane. Okay, now listen to me. Sir, you're here today because you have some charges against you. All right?
I'm challenging.
Okay, well, denied. Your motion's denied. I have jurisdiction on the Constitution of the state of Michigan. What's your next? I'm not arguing, sir. I have jurisdiction. So
You have to provide some kind of jurisdiction as well as personal jurisdiction to me before you can proceed.
Okay, your motion's denied. I have jurisdiction under the Constitution of the state of Michigan. What else? What else?
You do not have jurisdiction over the national.
I just said I did.
At this point, the courtroom is turning into a constitutional showdown. But here's the truth. Claiming the court has no jurisdiction while standing in the court is like saying gravity doesn't apply while falling off a roof.
No.
All right. So, sir, do you want to proceed on these cases and talk to the prosecutor? Don't look on your phone while you're talking to me. If you
My notes are on.
No, you listen to me. If you don't know your sovereign citizen arguments well enough to come up here and say them, I can tell you can't have a phone. I want you to listen to me. You're here today on misdemeanor charges. No talk. You're brought into court. You've already been arraigned. You have a charge of interfering with police officers in the while they're doing official business. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. You also have a civil infraction for operating using a mobile electronic device, first offense while operating a motor vehicle. A charge of no proof of insurance. Those are both civil infractions. Civil infraction for no proof of or no registration in a motor vehicle. So those are the charges.
Let's break it down. 1 criminal misdemeanor, 3 civil infractions, nothing impossible to manage. But making the wrong legal argument could turn this into a disaster. Would you risk 90 days over a technicality?
Charges against you. I'm going to tell you the rights that are actually real rights that you have in this court. You have a right to an attorney appointed at public expense if you are indigent without money to hire an attorney, and if the offense charged requires a minimum jail sentence, or the court determines that it might sentence you to jail. The appointing authority will decide if you are indigent and appoint counsel if you are eligible. You may have to repay the expense for an appointed attorney. You may contest your ability to pay the ordered fees if the court attempts to collect any cost for an attorney, and the court must determine your ability to pay at that time. If you have a trial, you have the following rights. You have a right, this is how trial. You have a right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial, and you can get an order signed by the court to require witnesses to come before. You have a right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You have a right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent. If you chose not to be a witness on your own behalf, the prosecutor cannot comment on your refusal to testify. Lastly, you have a right to be presumed innocent unless you are proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a plea, obviously you'd be waiting.
Quick legal insight. Pleading guilty, you give up your trial rights. That's huge. So when the judge reads your rights, it's not just courtroom ritual. It's constitutional armor.
Waiving those rights. You also have a right to be released on bond. Now, it looks like you previously stood mute on these charges, so you're here today for a free trial. You have few options, sir, under the law of the United States, the Constitution of the state of Michigan, and statutory law and courtroom in the state of Michigan. You can either retain your own attorney to proceed on this case, or you can have a pre-trial, with the prosecutor directly and try and work out an agreement, or we can set it for a jury trial. Okay? Those are your options. You can get an attorney, use a court-appointed attorney, but you understand that attorneys have an obligation to follow the law and not make frivolous arguments, which is what you want to make today. And if an attorney makes those arguments on your behalf, I could sanction them. So no attorney on this green earth is going to come in and make the frivolous arguments you're making.
That's a judge throwing serious shade and a warning. Attorneys can't push nonsense arguments without risking their licenses. That's why Mr. Crane is on his own in this circus.
On your behalf. Or you can speak to the prosecutor, or we can just set it for a jury trial. I don't want to hear it. I want you to pick out of those 4 options what you want to do. Hire an attorney, speak with a court-appointed attorney, talk directly to the prosecutor, work towards a resolution, or set a jury trial. Pick.
You answer the question.
No, I asked you a question, and I'm telling you to answer it.
And I have the right to understand my rights. And understanding.
Sir, here, can you hand me this form? These are your constitutional rights I just read to you. Why don't you have a seat? If you have a seat, read your rights, and I'll call your case back up.
I am asking you.
Have a seat right now and read your rights.
Have a seat.
Have a seat right now and read your rights, sir.
Question for you. Should courts be more patient with people pushing these fringe legal theories? Or is the judge right to shut it down fast? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
Understand them? Read them.
I move for this court to dismiss. Have a seat.
Okay.